Welcome and course overview. Welcome to the Diploma in Spanish Level 1 course, designed to introduce you to the fundamentals of the Spanish language. This program will guide you through essential vocabulary, basic grammar structures, and practical communication skills. By the end of this course, you will be able to engage in simple conversations, understand common phrases, and build a solid foundation for your Spanish language journey. We encourage active participation and consistent practice to maximize your learning experience. Prepare to immerse yourself in a new linguistic and cultural world. This course is structured into several modules, each focusing on specific aspects of Spanish. We will begin with pronunciation and the alphabet, then move to greetings, introductions, and numbers. Subsequent modules will delve into noun gender, articles, adjectives, and verb conjugations. Finally, we will explore simple sentence formation and cultural insights. Each section is designed to be progressive, building upon previously learned concepts to ensure a comprehensive understanding. Why learn Spanish? Global importance. Learning Spanish offers numerous benefits, opening doors to diverse cultures and opportunities worldwide. It is the official language in 20 countries and spoken by over 500 million people globally, making it the second most spoken native language after Mandarin Chinese. This widespread use means Spanish is crucial for international business, travel, and diplomacy. Proficiency in Spanish can significantly enhance career prospects in various fields, including healthcare, education, and international relations. Furthermore, it enriches personal experiences by allowing direct engagement with a vast array of literature, music, and cinema. Beyond practical advantages, learning Spanish provides cognitive benefits, improving problem-solving skills, and enhancing memory. It also fosters a deeper understanding and appreciation of Hispanic cultures, promoting cross-cultural communication and empathy. Engaging with Spanish-speaking communities can lead to new friendships and broader perspectives. The journey of mastering Spanish is not merely about acquiring a new skill. It is about transforming your worldview and expanding your personal horizons. Embrace this opportunity to connect with a vibrant global community. Basic greetings and farewells. Mastering basic greetings and farewells is the first step in any language learning journey. In Spanish, common greetings include hola for hello, which is versatile and can be used at any time of day. For specific times, you can use buenos dias for good morning, buenas tardes for good afternoon/evening, and buenas noches for good night. These phrases are essential for initiating conversations and showing respect. Practicing these simple expressions daily will help them become second nature. Remember that buenas noches can also serve as a greeting when arriving somewhere in the evening. When concluding a conversation, several farewells are commonly used. Adiós is the most direct translation for goodbye. For a more casual departure, you can say hasta luego, meaning see you later, or hasta mañana for see you tomorrow. If you wish someone well, que te vaya bien is a polite option. Nos vemos is another informal way to say see you. These phrases allow for graceful exits and maintain positive social interactions. Consistent repetition of these greetings and farewells will significantly boost your confidence in speaking Spanish. Introducing yourself, name and origin. Introducing yourself in Spanish involves a few key phrases that are easy to learn. To state your name, you can say me llamo, your name, which literally translates to I call myself your name. Alternatively, you can use soy your name, meaning I am your name. Both are perfectly acceptable and widely understood. Following your name, you might want to ask someone else's name, using ¿Cómo te llamas? For informal situations, or ¿Cómo se llama usted? In more formal contexts, ¿Cómo se llama usted? For formal ones. These initial exchanges are fundamental for building rapport and starting new connections. After introducing your name, you can share your origin. To say where you are from, use soy de, your country, city. For example, soy de Estados Unidos means I am from the United States. To inquire about someone else's origin, you would ask ¿De dónde eres? For informal contexts, or ¿De dónde es usted? For formal ones. These phrases allow for a smooth flow in conversation and provide essential personal information. Practicing these introductions will make you feel more comfortable and confident when meeting Spanish speakers. The Spanish alphabet, letters and sounds. The Spanish alphabet, or el abecedario, is largely similar to the English alphabet, with a few key differences. It consists of 27 letters, including the ñ, which is unique to Spanish. Understanding the pronunciation of each letter is crucial for accurate speaking and comprehension. Unlike English, Spanish pronunciation is highly phonetic, meaning letters generally correspond to a single sound. This consistency makes it easier for learners to predict how words are pronounced once they know the alphabet sounds. Paying close attention to these foundational sounds will greatly aid your progress. Each letter has a specific name and sound. For instance, A is pronounced like the A in father, E like the E in bed, and I like the E in see. The letter H is always silent, and J is pronounced like the H in hello. The LL is considered a single sound, similar to the Y in yes, though some regions pronounce it like the J in jump. Mastering these distinct sounds is fundamental to speaking Spanish clearly and confidently. Consistent practice with each letter and its corresponding sound is highly recommended. Vowel pronunciation rules. Spanish vowels are remarkably consistent and form the backbone of its clear pronunciation. There are 5 vowels: A, E, I, O, U, and each has only one sound, regardless of its position in a word. This contrasts sharply with English, where vowels can have multiple pronunciations. The A is always pronounced like the A in father, E like the E in bed, I like the E in see, O like the O in go, and U like the U in moon. Mastering these 5 pure vowel sounds is paramount to clear Spanish speech. The purity and consistency of Spanish vowel sounds mean that once you learn them, you can confidently pronounce any word containing them. There are no diphthongs or complex vowel combinations that change the fundamental sound of individual vowels. For example, in casa, house, both A's sound identical. In mesa, table, the E sounds consistent. This phonetic regularity is a significant advantage for learners, simplifying the pronunciation process. Regular practice articulating these sounds will build strong phonetic habits and improve your overall fluency. Consonant pronunciation peculiarities. While many Spanish consonants are similar to English, some have distinct pronunciations that require careful attention. The R and RR sounds are particularly challenging for English speakers. The single R is a soft tap of the tongue, while the RR is a rolled sound. The C has 2 sounds, like te before A, O, U or a consonant, and like S or TH in parts of Spain before E or I. The G also has 2 sounds, like the G in go before A, O, U, or a consonant, and a guttural H sound before E or I. Mastering these nuances is vital for authentic pronunciation. Other notable consonants include J, which is always a strong guttural H sound, similar to the ch in Scottish loch. The double L is typically pronounced like the Y in yes, though regional variations exist, sometimes sounding like the J in jump or sh in shoe. The nen is a unique sound, like the ñ in canyon. The Z is pronounced like S in Latin America and like TH in Spain. Consistent practice with these specific consonant sounds, especially the R and RR, or significantly improve your spoken Spanish. Accent marks and intonation. Accent marks, or tildes, are crucial in Spanish as they indicate which syllable of a word receives the stress. They are always placed over vowels, e, e, u, and can completely change the meaning of a word. For example, papa means potato, while papa means dad. Spanish has clear rules for stress. If a word ends in a vowel, n or s, the stress falls on the second to last syllable. If it ends in any other consonant, the stress falls on the last syllable. An accent mark overrides these rules, indicating irregular stress. Beyond individual word stress, intonation refers to the rise and fall of pitch in spoken language, conveying meaning and emotion. In Spanish, statements generally have a falling intonation at the end, while yes/no questions typically have a rising intonation. Understanding and practicing correct intonation helps you sound more natural and avoid misunderstandings. For example, "Estás bien," "Are you well?" has a rising tone, while "Estás bien," "You are well," has a falling tone. Pay attention to how native speakers use intonation to improve your conversational flow and comprehension. Numbers 0 to 10. Learning numbers is fundamental for everyday communication in Spanish. We will start with numbers 0 through 10. Cero is 0, uno is 1, dos is 2, tres is 3, cuatro is 4, cinco is 5, seis is 6, siete is 7, ocho is 8, nueve is 9, and 10 is 10. These numbers are crucial for counting, telling time, and discussing quantities. Practice pronouncing each number clearly and distinctly. Repetition is key to memorizing them effectively. You will find these basic numbers indispensable in various conversational contexts. When using uno, 1, it changes to un before a masculine noun, e.g., un libro, one book, and una before a feminine noun, e.g., una casa, one house. This gender agreement is an important grammatical point to remember, even at this early stage. For numbers 2 through 10, the form remains consistent, regardless of the noun's gender. Practicing counting objects around you in Spanish will reinforce your understanding and recall of these foundational numbers. Make sure to integrate them into your daily language practice. Colors. Learning colors in Spanish expands your descriptive vocabulary and is essential for everyday conversations. Some basic colors include rojo, red, azul, blue, amarillo, yellow, verde, green, negro, black, and blanco, white. Other important colors are naranja, orange, morado, purple, rosa, pink, and gris, gray. These words are used to describe objects, clothing, and many other aspects of the world around you. Practice associating each color with its Spanish name to build quick recall. Colors in Spanish often agree in gender and number with the noun they describe. For example, un coche rojo, a red car, uses rojo because coche is masculine singular. Una casa roja, a red house, uses roja because casa is feminine singular. For plural nouns, you would say coches rojos, red cars, or casas rojas, red houses. However, some colors like azul, verde, gris, and naranja do not change for gender, only for number. Example, flores azules, blue flowers. Pay attention to these agreement rules as you learn. Consistent application will solidify your understanding. Days of the week and months. Knowing the days of the week and months in Spanish is essential for scheduling, planning, and discussing events. The days of the week are lunes, Monday, martes, Tuesday, miércoles, Wednesday, jueves, Thursday, viernes, Friday, sábado, Saturday, and domingo, Sunday. In Spanish, days of the week are not capitalized unless they begin a sentence. Hoy es lunes means today is Monday. Practice saying them in order and associating them with your daily activities. Ot. The months of the year are enero, January, febrero, February, marzo, March, abril, May, mayo, June, julio, July, agosto, August, septiembre, September, octubre, October, noviembre, November, and diciembre, December. Like the days of the week, months are not capitalized in Spanish unless at the beginning of a sentence. Mi cumpleaños es en julio means my birthday is in July. Consistent review of these terms will help you integrate them naturally into your conversations. Common objects and nouns. Expanding your vocabulary with common objects and nouns is crucial for describing your surroundings and engaging in everyday conversations. Start by learning words for items you encounter frequently. Examples include libro, book, mesa, table, silla, chair, puerta, door, ventana, window, and teléfono, telephone. Associating these words with their physical counterparts will aid memorization. Practice pointing to objects and naming them in Spanish. This active learning approach reinforces vocabulary acquisition and builds confidence. Further common nouns include coche, car, casa, house, ciudad, city, país, country, agua, water, and comida, food. Many nouns in Spanish end in o for masculine and a for feminine, which is a helpful pattern, though there are exceptions. For instance, mesa ends in a and is feminine, while libro ends in o and is masculine. Understanding the gender of nouns from the outset is vital as it affects article and adjective agreement. Consistent exposure and practice with these nouns will form a strong vocabulary base. Gender of nouns, masculine and feminine. In Spanish, all nouns have a grammatical gender. They are either masculine or feminine. This concept is fundamental and affects articles, adjectives, and pronouns. Generally, nouns ending in o are masculine, such as el libro, the book, and nouns ending in a are feminine, such as la mesa, the table. This rule provides a helpful starting point for identifying gender. However, there are exceptions, so it is crucial to learn the gender along with each new noun. Consistent exposure to Spanish will help you internalize these patterns. Exceptions to the O and A rules exist. For example, el día, the day, is masculine despite ending in A, and la mano, the hand, is feminine despite ending in O. Nouns ending in E can be either masculine or feminine, such as el coche, the car, or la clase, the class. Nouns ending in dad, tad, sion, and tud are almost always feminine. It is best to memorize the gender of irregular nouns as you encounter them. Understanding noun gender is a cornerstone of Spanish grammar. Singular and plural nouns. Forming plural nouns in Spanish is generally straightforward, following consistent rules. If a singular noun ends in a vowel, you add s to make it plural. For example, el libro, the book, becomes los libros, the books, and la mesa, the table, becomes las mesas, the tables. This rule applies to all vowels a, e, I, o, u. Consistent practice with this simple rule will quickly make pluralization intuitive. It is a foundational aspect of noun agreement in Spanish sentences. N. If a singular noun ends in a consonant, you add es to form the plural. For instance, el árbol, the tree, becomes los árboles, the trees, and la ciudad, the city, becomes las ciudades, the cities. There are also some irregular plural forms, but these two rules cover the vast majority of nouns. Nouns ending in es change the z to c before adding es. For example, la luz becomes las luces. Understanding these rules is essential for constructing grammatically correct sentences. Definite articles. El, la, los, las. Definite articles in Spanish correspond to the in English and must agree in gender and number with the noun they precede. There are 4 definite articles. El, masculine singular. La, feminine singular. Los, masculine plural. And las, feminine plural. For example, el libro means the book, and la mesa means the table. These articles are essential for specifying particular nouns and are used much more frequently in Spanish than the is in English. Correct usage demonstrates grammatical proficiency. When a masculine singular noun begins with a stressed A or HA sound, L is used, even if the noun is feminine, to avoid an awkward la-A sound. However, the noun itself remains feminine, and any accompanying adjectives will agree with the feminine noun. For example, el agua fría, the cold water, where agua is feminine. For plural forms, the regular feminine article las is used, las aguas. Understanding these nuances is key to mastering definite articles. Consistent practice is vital for internalizing these rules. Indefinite articles. Un, una, unos, unas. Indefinite articles in Spanish correspond to a, an, or some in English, and, like definite articles, must agree in gender and number with the noun they precede. There are 4 indefinite articles. Un, masculine singular, a, an. Una, feminine singular, a, an. Unos, masculine plural, some. And unas, feminine plural, some. For example, un libro means a book, and unas mesas means some tables. These articles are used when referring to a non-specific noun. Correct usage is crucial for natural-sounding Spanish. The choice between un, una, unos, and unas depends entirely on the gender and number of the noun. If you are talking about a single, non-specific masculine item, use un. If it's a single, non-specific feminine item, use una. For multiple, non-specific masculine items, use unos. And for multiple, non-specific feminine items, use unas. Understanding and consistently applying these agreements will significantly improve your grammatical accuracy. Practice by describing various objects using both singular and plural indefinite articles. Adjectives. Agreement with nouns. Adjectives in Spanish describe nouns and must agree with them in both gender and number. This means if a noun is masculine singular, its adjective must also be masculine singular. If a noun is feminine plural, its adjective must be feminine plural. This agreement is a fundamental rule of Spanish grammar. For adjectives ending in o, the feminine singular form ends in a, and the plural forms are os and as. For example, el libro rojo, the red book, and las mesas rojas, the red tables. Consistent application of this rule is crucial for grammatical correctness. Adjectives ending in e or a consonant generally do not change for gender, only for number. For example, el coche grande, the big car, and la casa grande, the big house. In plural, it becomes los coches grandes and las casas grandes. Adjectives ending in or often have a feminine form ending in ora, and plural forms ores and oras. For example, el hombre trabajador, the hard-working man, and la mujer trabajadora, the hard-working woman. Always ensure your adjectives match the nouns they modify. Common adjectives and their placement. Expanding your vocabulary with common adjectives allows for more descriptive and nuanced communication. Some frequently used adjectives include grande, big, pequeño, small, bonito, pretty, feo, ugly, nuevo, new, and viejo, old. Others include alto, tall, bajo, short, rápido, fast, and lento, slow. Remember to ensure gender and number agreement with the noun. Integrating these adjectives into your daily practice will significantly enhance your descriptive abilities in Spanish. In Spanish, adjectives typically follow the noun they describe, which is often the opposite of English word order. For example, you say la Casa Blanca, the house white, instead of the White House. However, some adjectives, especially those describing inherent qualities or quantity, can precede the noun. For instance, un buen amigo, a good friend, or muchos libros, many books. Adjectives that denote subjective qualities or emphasis might also precede the noun. Understanding this placement flexibility adds sophistication to your Spanish. Practice forming sentences with adjectives both before and after nouns. Introduction to verbs ser and estar. The verbs ser and estar both translate to be in English, but they are used in distinct contexts in Spanish. Mastering their differences is crucial for accurate communication. Ser is generally used for permanent or inherent qualities, identity, origin, time, and occupation. Think of it as describing what something is. For example, yo soy estudiante, I am a student, or ella es de España, she is from Spain. These uses denote fundamental characteristics that are not expected to change frequently. Estar is used for temporary states, location, feelings, and conditions. Think of it as describing how something is or where something is. For example, yo estoy cansado, I am tired, or ella está en casa, she is at home. These describe states that can change. The distinction between ser and estar is one of the most challenging aspects for beginners, but consistent practice with examples will clarify their usage. Pay close attention to the context to choose the correct verb. Conjugation of regular AR verbs. Spanish verbs are categorized into 3 groups based on their infinitive endings: AR, ER, and IR. We will begin with regular AR verbs, which follow a predictable pattern. To conjugate a regular AR verb, you first remove the R ending from the infinitive to find the stem. Then, you add specific endings depending on the subject pronoun. For example, for the verb hablar, to speak, the stem is habla. The endings are o, as, tú, a, él, ella, usted, amos, nosotros, as, ais, vosotros, as, and an, ellos, ellas, ustedes. Let's apply this to hablar. Yo hablo, I speak. Tú hablas, you speak informal. Él, ella, usted habla. He, she speaks, you speak formal. Nosotros, as hablamos, we speak. Vosotros, as habláis, you speak, plural informal, stain. Ellos, ellas, ustedes hablan. They speak, you speak, plural formal. Many common verbs are regular AR verbs, such as caminar, to walk, cantar, to sing, and bailar, to dance. Practicing these conjugations with various verbs will build your fluency and confidence in forming sentences. Consistent repetition is key to memorization. Forming basic sentences. Forming basic sentences in Spanish typically follows a subject-verb-object SVO structure, similar to English. For example, yo como una manzana, I eat an apple. The subject pronoun yo, I, is often omitted if the verb conjugation makes the subject clear, as in como una manzana. This omission is common in Spanish and adds to its efficiency. Start by constructing simple sentences, using the vocabulary and verb conjugations you have learned. Practice combining nouns, articles, adjectives, and verbs to express complete thoughts. To make your sentences more descriptive, incorporate adjectives. Remember that adjectives usually follow the noun and agree in gender and number. For example, ella tiene un coche rojo. She has a red car. You can also add adverbs to describe how an action is performed, such as él habla rápido, he speaks fast. Building sentences step by step, starting with simple structures and gradually adding complexity, is an effective way to improve your fluency. Consistent practice with various sentence components will solidify your understanding. Asking simple questions. Asking questions is a fundamental part of any conversation. In Spanish, you can form a simple yes, no question by simply raising your voice's pitch at the end of a statement, similar to English. For example, ¿hablas español? You speak Spanish? Do you speak Spanish? Written Spanish uses inverted question marks, WA, at the beginning of a question, and regular question marks, at the end. This visual cue helps readers identify a question immediately. Practice converting statements into questions by adjusting your intonation. For more specific information, you use interrogative words. Common interrogative words include ¿qué?, what, ¿quién?, who, ¿dónde?, where, ¿cuándo?, when, ¿por qué?, why, ¿cómo?, how. These words are always accented and typically placed at the beginning of the question. For example, ¿dónde está el baño? Where is the bathroom? Mastering these interrogative words will enable you to gather information and engage in more complex dialogues. Consistent practice with question formation is essential. Expressing likes and dislikes. Expressing likes and dislikes is a common part of everyday conversation. In Spanish, the verb gustar, to like, is used differently than in English. It literally means to be pleasing to. So, instead of I like coffee, you say me gusta el café, which translates to coffee is pleasing to me. The verb gustar agrees with the object being liked, not the person doing the liking. If you like multiple things, gustar becomes gustan, as in me gustan los libros. Books are pleasing to me. To express dislikes, you simply add no before the pronoun. No me gusta el café. Coffee is not pleasing to me, or I don't like coffee. For emphasis or clarity, you can add a mí before me gusta, as in a mí me gusta el café. This clarifies who is doing the liking, especially when there might be ambiguity. Other verbs follow a similar structure, such as encantar, to love, and interesar, to be interested in. Mastering gustar will unlock a wide range of conversational possibilities. Consistent practice with various objects and activities will help solidify your understanding. Daily activities and routines. Discussing daily activities and routines is a practical application of your Spanish vocabulary and grammar. Start by learning verbs related to common actions. Examples include despertarse, to wake up, levantarse, to get up, ducharse, to shower, desayunar, to have breakfast, trabajar, to work, estudiar, to study, and cenar, to have dinner. Many of these are reflexive verbs, meaning the action reflects back on the subject, which requires a reflexive pronoun. Example, me despierto, I wake myself up. To describe your routine, you can use phrases like por la mañana, in the morning, por la tarde, in the afternoon, and por la noche, at night. Connect your activities using words like y, and, después, after, and luego. For example, me levanto y desayuno, I get up and have breakfast. Practice narrating your own daily routine in Spanish, focusing on the correct verb conjugations and reflexive pronouns. This will help you integrate new vocabulary and grammar into practical conversation. Introduction to Spanish-speaking cultures. Spanish is spoken across a vast and diverse geographical area, leading to a rich tapestry of cultures. From the vibrant traditions of Spain to the unique customs of Latin America, each region offers its own distinct cultural flavor. Common threads include the importance of family, strong community ties, and a rich history of art, music, and literature. Understanding these cultural nuances enhances your language learning experience by providing context and appreciation for the people who speak Spanish. It is important to approach cultural differences with an open mind and respect. Cultural elements manifest in various ways, including cuisine, festivals, social etiquette, and artistic expressions. For example, La Siesta in Spain, El Día de Muertos in Mexico, or the diverse dance forms across South America. Learning about these traditions not only broadens your worldview, but also helps you navigate social situations more effectively. Embrace the opportunity to explore the rich cultural heritage associated with the Spanish language. This deeper understanding will make your language journey more rewarding and meaningful. Course summary and next steps. Congratulations on completing the Diploma in Spanish Level 1 course. You have successfully learned basic greetings, the Spanish alphabet and pronunciation, numbers, colors, days, and months. Furthermore, you have gained a foundational understanding of noun gender, articles, adjectives, and the crucial verbs ser and estar. You can now form simple sentences, ask basic questions, express likes and dislikes, and discuss daily routines. This comprehensive introduction provides a strong base for your continued Spanish language journey. Your dedication to learning has laid excellent groundwork. To continue your progress, we recommend consistent practice and immersion. Seek opportunities to speak Spanish with native speakers, watch Spanish films, listen to Spanish music, and read simple texts. Consider enrolling in a Level 2 course to build upon the grammar and vocabulary you have acquired. Regular review of the material covered in this course will reinforce your learning and prevent forgetting. Embrace every opportunity to engage with the language and culture. Felicidades y buena suerte en tu camino con el español.